Oh, hello. I'm unnamed Milo's mother.
Really?
I always forget about that.
Why did you never give your mother a name?
Hello, welcome to session 23 of the Abomination Vaults campaign diary. At long last, I have settled on how I want to visualize conversation in these diaries, specifically during roleplay clips. Introducing character fugies. You might recognize these if you watch streamers, but basically, these adaptive images will swap to a talking version when the player talks in Discord. Hopefully, this adds a nice level of engagement when the players are speaking, as I don't like forcing people to be on camera in my games, but I still want there to be some level of engagement and personality. Now, getting into this session. We've had a lot of really dramatic, intense sessions recently, so this time, things were a little bit calmer. This session involves a lot of roleplay, a lot of downtime, but very little in terms of dungeon progression or combat. So, since I lack any mechanical breakdowns to talk about, and I still want this video to have some substance to it, I'm going to be using a lot of roleplay clips this session. And since most of this content came from the brains of my players, it makes sense that they'd do some of the commentary. So, I'll get you caught up to speed and then I'll hand things over to Mei and Ornifex. We left off last session during a research encounter in the library level of the Abomination Vaults. I created a research encounter for this entire floor, so I could fill out some gaps in the lore if my players chose to commit time to solving those questions. They had already learnt that the Gauntlet was made up of 10 unique floors, and that it connects to the Darklands on its lower levels. They picked up the research encounter with 5 out of a possible 40 research points. As it was still early in the morning, they decided to continue researching throughout the day and would return to Atari in the evening. They began by spending several hours in the main library. Each attempt took 2 hours of reading through the tomes, and they already had 4 out of the possible 6 research points here. Failing their checks and learning nothing encouraged them to try another room, so they moved into the restricted library and proceeded to spend 4 hours in here. During that time, they got 2 successes. The group can gain up to 8 points here, so this was a good start. After spending most of the day here, our group left with 7 out of 40 possible research points. This is a long-term project though, so there's no rush to learn all the information right away. As evening came, the group decided to return home with the goal to spend a week in Atari where Milo would be safe. As they prepared to leave, they discussed their plan for the week.
Alright, well, how about we pack up, see what we've remembered. Maybe we can have a meal at one of the taverns in town. I kind of don't want to keep my eyes off of you until this week's passed.
Definitely.
I mean, I should be safe in town.
You think so? You remember the last time we met for the first time a demon was there?
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, to be fair, we met the other demon in here first, but they were chill. We
Alright.
also maybe
Does
should
that mean
mod-
you guys will stay at my house?
I honestly hadn't thought that far ahead.
I also wonder, are you okay to stay at your house?
Well, yeah.
Okay, well, I guess it can't hurt.
I have
Also-
things to do there.
Also, with the whole trading the soul deal, maybe don't talk to Rin about that after she explicitly told us not to do a deal with a demon because of this. And we still did it, so.
I
feel
mean, to
bad.
be fair, I did it, and she didn't tell me anything.
But-
What I'm saying is you have plausible deniability.
Maybe she can help. Maybe she has a charm or something that, I don't know, can ward off bad juju. I'm gonna wiggle my fingers.
Fearing a self-fulfilling prophecy, Milo was very much against trying to worm his way out of the contract.
No way. I'm not going to try and wheel or deal my way out of this. I'm gonna just calmly live.
Our heroes hurried home and then split off to complete various personal tasks. Mei and Ornifex went for a meal together while Milo sought out his mother. And this is where I'll hand you off to Ornifex and Mei. I'll keep popping in to move the story along, but as various roleplay clips are played, Mei and Ornifex will be reacting and narrating their thoughts to you. Enjoy.
Would you guys care to join me for dinner? It's my treat. Crook Snook sound good?
I'm gonna find my mom though.
Do you want or need company? Oh shit, the Foogies look really good.
Right, I'm surprised to see them in action.
They look so cute.
No, it's fine. I'll see you guys later.
Can we at least know where you're gonna be in case something happens? And we'd come and bodyguard your soul.
I'll end up at home.
Okay.
So Yeah.
Before you head home, would you mind coming to the crosscasts and then pick me up? Because I actually do want to stay with you.
Oh, you look so happy. Wait, I wonder what it's like, right? If you're doing something really serious, and then Ornifex is like, tee,
Well,
because you look so happy.
that's a problem for another day.
Oh, you mean I should head over there before I go home?
Yeah, so I can come along with you.
All right, you don't know where I live.
No, I actually don't. I've not been too long in here, like in this town. I mean, if I
I
think
keep-
about it.
I forget, but yeah, I'll come and get you.
Nice, perfect.
And I'll head off.
Well, I would still like to pick up your offer to go to dinner together.
Sounds good. I'm gonna stretch. You know when you like put your hands and like crack your spine with your arms up in the air?
Mm,
Ooh, it's gross.
think so?
Yeah.
No. Cracking every now and then is good.
Ah, it's been a long day.
A lot of reading too.
Yeah, I have to say, reading isn't really my favorite activity of the day, but Milo seemed to have fun.
That's true. I'm glad you had a little bit of fun for once. It has been really rough.
Yeah. You know, the more I think about what's happened, I really feel like as a group, how long has it actually been? Like, didn't we figure it out? Like, it's only been like, what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks now?
Yeah, not too long actually.
We've got a lot closer than I thought we would. It's only been a few weeks, but I feel like I've known everyone forever.
I know what you mean. See, May knows.
Yeah, May does know. I'm gonna hold the door open after you.
Thank you. I will do like a little curtsy bow. For me, it's always so weird since I just joined later on in the campaign.
Mm.
Still, like to this day, I have not grasped the group dynamics so well. Like how well each character knows each other. Because May
Yeah.
and Ornifex know each other. But like I know nothing about Milo. I know nothing about Sesto. So I was
Yeah.
like, should I have been in the know? Should I know where they live? Because I don't. Ornifex never visited their home.
No, that's true. I mean, we've never been to Sesto's home much,
No.
but like, did we never actually explain how we knew each other when you joined?
No. You never
Oh
did.
shit. Okay. So everyone's kind of connected to the town. So Milo's grown up there. So like he's lived there all his life. Sesto's whole family lives there. He's lived there all of his life. And May came with Rin,
Yeah.
and just kind of moved into like the caravan up with her tent, and they've been there for a few months. But the start of the campaign was like a training beginners box thing where like we learn how to play Pathfinder. And we had to go and clear out like the basement of a fishery, and just a random NPC was like, I'm having some trouble, I need some people to help, and we got kind of dragged into it because it was a good way of making money. And Sesto did it because he was like the guard of the markets. He was like, all right, I'll go help. For Milo is his like first adventure, you know, like he wants to adventure. I'm gonna go fight something in the basement. And I went to help, like May went to help because if I remember, it was the lady had asked Rin for some help, and Rin was like, oh, May, can you go sort it out? It's not really something I can help with, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then after that was done, I think the night that we finished that's when the light of the gauntlet lit.
Oh.
So
Okay.
we were kind of already an assembled team that had done something good.
Mm.
So they asked us to go do it, I think, if I'm
see.
remembering correctly.
There was also something I was wondering because Sesto and Milo seem to be neighbors. So I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure these two must know each other well or better than we do know them.
Yeah, I think that's been mentioned once before, that they kind of know of each other, but they don't really like hang out. I guess as much as you would like know your neighbor, I suppose. And
Okay.
Sesto is a lot older than Milo is.
Really? I have no concept of how old you're supposed to be.
Right? I mean, I'm just going from the fact he has a beard.
I thought it's like in the family, you know? You know how like some boys at 17 already have like stunning beards?
Maybe not a. Oh, he's 40. Oh shit.
Oh, what? I thought he's like 20. Oh no, I have been so disrespectful.
Oh my god, so Sesto's really more of like, yes, I'm like a seasoned man.
Oh no, I feel
What-
so bad.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Okay, I see. Yeah, then that makes absolute sense that Sesto and Milo do not hang out much. Because Milo is still super young.
Yeah, and I mean, I'd be concerned if a 40-year-old gnome was hanging out with a just out of being a teenager. You know, I'd be screaming for the gods.
Yes. Okay,
Um,
okay.
Wait, how old is Ornifex then?
Ornifex is like 22.
Oh, okay.
She's like, yeah, it's her first time traveling alone. Like
Okay.
beforehand, she does not have many experience either. Only the time we guys met,
Mm-hmm.
which always reminds me that I have an alpaca. I never
Oh
talked to the
my
poor.
god, yes! We need to get the alpaca back in the story.
I think so too. It would be the yeah, I did that every evening. Absolutely, wink.
So, this whole view of not mentioning the devil deal to Rin, I really think she might be able to help.
I'm really worried. When I told her about the initial meeting with the contract devil, she seemed very distressed. Like, seriously distressed. She would never even talk to a devil. So I think making a contract with one is nothing you can get around, or I don't know, wiggle your way out. I think you're stuck, like hard stuck.
I was surprised that Rin didn't come out to be like, where the hell is this devil? Don't do it. She just said don't and then left it.
I think from how she reacted, she might have been really scared herself and not wanting to be even near it. Like, if you told me there is a spider somewhere, I will not go look for the spider.
Yeah, I don't mean to try to kind of cheat the system or anything. I just mean she might be able to offer advice or some ideas for how we don't end up in this situation again, I suppose. Like, she would never do anything. She'd never blame us for what happened. She would probably just want to help, and the concern would have been from an area of worry.
Famous last words.
Right.
No, you're right. I just don't want to give her more headaches than she probably already has with us. Oh yeah, we can't let any harm get to Milo now. We must protect him at all costs.
I do feel like our entire campaign so far has been kind of looking after Milo a lot.
I mean, he's the most energetic one.
Yeah.
I also feel that our characters are more looking out for others in general.
No, I just think it's interesting because he's not that old either, right? He's like 19 and
think so,
Ornifex
yeah.
is 22.
Mm.
And it's her first adventure, it's his first adventure, and I think the personalities are very different, like how they're reacting to being on their first adventure. But I think that's also down to the classes you guys play is a very linked to your personality types, I guess.
I think it's also because of the backstory, since Milo does it partially because he got so impressed by the adventurer that visited the town and told him these stories. He wants to live this adventure too, and I'm pretty sure the adventurer in the stories portrayed themselves as so energetic, so outcoming, so I just go out and do it. So he wants to be like that too, while Ornifex has completely different reasons to be on the travel at all. So I don't know if that's a spoiler if I tell it now. So
No, don't spoil it.
I will not spoiler.
And then the other thing, so I don't know if you just heard like what we were talking about, like the Mei doesn't really like the people in the town.
Yeah.
I actually want to know, what is your like opinion of the people in the town? Does Ornifex care? Does Ornifex give a shit?
Ornifex is neutral to them. Like, she of course likes Ren, since Ren is really, really helpful and really nice. The same as, I forgot her name, the nice gnome lady in the, what do you say, bibliothek? In the library.
Library.
I'm so sorry. Yes, biblioteca. Like, she's really nice too and really helpful, but No, it's like always with people. Some are really dismissive. Some, in her opinion, were like overprotective, like the father of Milo. Like she doesn't hate the father of Milo, even though there has been so much stress coming from him. But I think she clearly could see that he was just wanting to protect his son.
I think that, sorry for interrupting, but I
Yeah.
think the turning point for Mei when she went from, oh, he's just over concerned, to what an asshole, is when he like hit Milo. I think that made her think, oh my god, this guy is such a dick. He's just trying to control. He's not being supportive. And the way that he was kind of hunting him down when, he's just stood up and been like, hey, one of my friends is dead.
Yeah.
And there wasn't any kind of compassion there, I think, is where like Mei kind of completely lost it with the town. Like their just lack of care even for their own, like why are the people in the town not standing up for this kid that's grown up here when his dad's being like this? And if he's been like this, no one's reacting. Has he always been like this, kind of thing?
I mean, that makes sense. I think there's, for Ornifex, more the difference that she has another background with people having another attitude towards other people.
Okay.
So that even with this kind of things, she can see something positive in them, maybe even if she shouldn't.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, I can see if Mei comes from a loving family. I know that you look for like family heirlooms and family stuff. That I can see that maybe she grew up in a nicer environment, or somewhere where people are more sincere with each other.
Yeah, I mean, she's been through some stuff where she's been treated badly by a town before, like used, and they
Yeah.
reacted badly then, and this is very similar, like going down that route before.
I
But
see.
so it's kind of, that's why it's straight away like, oh shit, it's happening again.
Ah shit, here we go again.
Ah shit, here we go again. But yeah, I won't talk too much about that. Exactly. I mean, God forbid anything happened to us, but if in the week maybe for some reason we're separated, somebody in town needs to know that he can't just run off and risk his life, right?
True. I'm also worried he might get attacked in town.
Honestly, based on how people are in this town, that wouldn't surprise me if he was mugged on the way home.
Oh god, please don't.
If it's okay with you, I would like to speak to her.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Once I've had a conversation, I'll come do some patrols outside of Milo's house. Please don't let him know.
Okay.
Oh god, yeah, and that stealth went so well, I look through the window and just make eye contact. The end.
Who would have known that his house only has one story?
Right?
It's so flat.
I thought he would be like a bigger house, like a manor house.
I thought so too, since his father had such a high position. That his house at least has like one, or like bigger, just a little bit bigger. Plus, you're tall. That doesn't help.
I know he wouldn't want us spending all of our time worrying about him, but I just think it's for the best.
I think so too. He tries to be very independent. And I mean, he's still very young, and he always fought for independence, but this is not the time. Plus, he has been through too much. I don't think he can think clearly currently.
Yeah. My god, this whole conversation, we sound so tired of his shit.
I mean, we were worried. What are you going to do with a boy who is so thriving with one special energy, and you know it's not good for him?
Have to say, him finding his mum, though, I feel like it's kind of flicked a switch on a little bit. Because remember all the avoiding of her before?
Yes.
But yeah, if you're going to spend the night there, I'll keep a watch from outside. Sleeping under the stars isn't really something that bothers me.
Just want to say, I will stay up for praying. So, you will be in our good hands. And I want to order something to drink and eat, because my burp is hungry. Oh my god, do you want to share a fish pie with me too? And I look you like very intensely into the eyes. I like that the two are always enjoying the food.
Yes. Do you even have to ask? And I'm gonna wave at the nearest waiter. One of your best, freshest fish pies, please.
I do a little happy dance in my seat.
All right, you are brought a delicious fish pie.
Is Yin Yasmira like here? Is she still here?
Yeah, she's behind the bar.
Okay. I'm gonna stand up. If you'll excuse me just for a moment.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk over to her. Hi, Yin Yasmira, right?
Yes, hello. How are you doing?
Sorry to bother. I just wondered if anyone has come by to clear out Rock's belongings. I know we had a room here, right?
Oh, he did. Yeah, he didn't really have much in it though. I think everything he had on him for the most part.
Okay. I just wanted to check that nothing was going amiss.
No.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good evening.
You too?
I feel like the whole Rock dying alone kind of thing is really sad. Like every time I try and bring it back up, and it's like, oh no, there's nothing there. Oh no, he carried everything. Oh no. It like I don't know, it just makes me sad.
I know what you mean. My personal hope is that when we make it further down, that we find the girl he was looking for, and that maybe she can say something, do something. And I feel like Rock was well known by Milo somehow. I don't even grasp fully the relationship to each other.
Milo's just a Rock simp.
Nah, I mean, that's fine, you know? Everyone can like what they like. But yeah, I hope there's someone that maybe can take his belongings then in the end, or I don't know, and take him home.
Yeah, I feel like I think because of the fact that like his player had to leave,
Yeah.
it really feels like it's just not. I don't want there just to be like, oh, it's the end, he's gone. I want there to be like a resolution.
I know what you mean. Hence why I know we have to do other story stuff first because the devil needs to be resolved. The devil arc, basically.
Oh yeah,
But
this werewolf that's running around.
Yes, but I really want to find the woman, tell her what happened, even if it's really harsh. And I want his stuff to be at home, at his place with beloved people. He doesn't deserve to be just under there. It's not like, yeah. But I also don't want to bring it up too much because of Milo.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Meanwhile, Milo found his mother drinking at the Rowdy Rockfish. Is everything okay?
Well, no, not really. But we did it.
You did it?
Yeah, we killed her.
Good.
But this isn't over, right?
Yes.
I wish it was, but I don't think this is gonna turn out well if we stop.
It's interesting that his dad was so against him adventuring, but his mum doesn't seem to give a shit.
Oh, weren't they on the brink on the divorce anyway? Wasn't she sleeping not at home anymore because she and her husband were so different opinionated?
About the whole thing with the adventuring, right? I'm curious what they
Yeah.
were like before. Like what Milo's life growing up was like.
Very true. I mean, they must hopefully have been in love before.
From everything we've seen so far.
Well, it certainly
I don't want you to.
Seems like a terrible place. So I
It
assume
is,
you're right.
but like I don't want you to spread this around. But I also want you to have bags packed just in case.
Really?
Yeah,
Is that dangerous?
it is.
You don't think you're going to be able to stop it?
I think I will, but in case I don't, it's ancient evils, Mom. It's story stuff. This is big.
Okay, I can pack a bag.
I totally forgot she already knew that the guy, the father, has died. I was so ready for being like, oh no, he has to tell her. And then it happened, I was like, ah, right. Sorry, what did you mean to say?
I was gonna say, like, she was just very sassy then. Like, you should pack a bag. Like, oh, okay, I can pack a bag.
Yeah.
Under what circumstances would we leave?
If the tower starts doing really crazy things and we don't come out of there,
Oh. So, you want me to pack a bag just for me? not for both of us.
Well, I mean, for me too. If I come running out of there screaming, I want a backpack for me as well.
Okay, good. Then I will pack some bags.
Good, good.
I'm just happy he finally talked to his mum.
Hey.
It was so painful, the poor woman.
I just wanted to get that out of the way, so I don't have to worry about it when I'm down there.
Okay. If it helps to know, then I will get it done.
Have you been home yet?
Yes. Yes, I only came out a short while ago.
Okay.
Just trying to figure out what we're going to do for money now that your father's gone.
It'll be fine, I think.
Well, we need to buy food and things.
Yeah, but we're finding treasure and stuff down there.
I'm surprised she didn't have any kind of income. But I suppose if they do live in such a small house, they're not as rich as I thought they were.
No, I also think that the husband, if he's actually as controlling, then he probably would have been like, no, you stay at home, like traditional roles for you.
Yeah.
I got a lot of money on me right now, actually.
Oh, well. Good for you.
No, good for us. I'm gonna pull out 8 gold,
Oh.
place them on the table, and like push them over to my mother. Here.
She like scoops them up and like almost looks embarrassed and like glances around to make sure nobody saw. Oh my
Fine.
god. I see. Very well. I guess I'll leave it to you.
Yeah. You don't have to worry.
I love that Milo was like, yeah, I'm your pimp now. I got the cash, I got the money.
You know, when we figured out how much the gold is actually worth, I was just thinking
Mm.
I'm surprised we haven't been mugged in town yet.
Imagine people mugging the people who literally go around killing other stuff. They must have a death wish then.
I'm also going to worry. You're not getting it in
Yeah.
the safest way, but you know, I've promised not to have that conversation again, so I won't.
Because you know I have to do this.
Yes.
So, we're gonna have guests, potentially.
She gives you a bit of a side eye. Okay. Who?
Yeah, some of my friends are gonna be staying with us.
Oh, it's quite sweet. He considers us friends.
Right.
Do I know them?
I mean, you've seen them. You know, at the parade thing.
Ah, okay. Your companions are going to stay. Why?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Such disdain.
Right. She was not ready. I mean, it's like, do you know when you were little, you came home and like, can my friend stay? And the friend is literally standing there already. And your mom is like, oh shit.
Long story short, we made some deals, and now they feel like they have to protect me.
Oh. I mean, that's good. Oh god, I need to go get the house ready.
Yeah, the guest room. We're gonna need the guest room ready.
Oh god. How much time do I have? She starts getting up and like getting her coat and stuff.
Like an hour maybe.
Oh my,
I mean, they were having
God.
dinner, but
the house is a state. What are you doing to me? She starts to hurry out the room.
I'll look to Brelda. Give her like a, what can you do kind of shrug.
You look to Brelda, and she's staring at you with almost like a frightened expression. And then as you look over and she sort of like almost notices that you're looking, she like sort of shakes herself and gives you a smile, a strained smile. Yes, of course.
Brelda, what's wrong?
Nothing. I just got a lot on the mind.
I want to sense her motive,
Okay.
because that seems like sussy behavior to me.
Right, okay. I feel like an idiot, but when that happened, I didn't even consider that she was going to be part of something bad.
Oh, really? I was like, oh, it's you, huh? Now, after we know that the devil go for the weak-hearted, and you know her backstory, which is really sad for her, I was like, oh, woman. I wonder if she already in that moment saw the devil in the background being like, hello.
Oh, maybe. Like, I wonder how soon, if it is him, he was like gonna manipulate this person, or if it was like a purely, oh, I'm watching him and there's this creepy lady and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder also how it happened. I wonder if it was even him himself, because we had the rule in the contract that he cannot persuade people to do this. So I wonder if the loophole in the contract now is, oh, they weren't persuaded. They asked, can I do that for you? And become
Yeah.
like a part of a soul as another devil. And they made the offer themselves, so it's out of contract again. So I wonder what's happened
Interesting.
there.
Yeah. I just felt it took me a long time to think, oh, it could be her. Like, 'cause I think after this point is when Mei goes to talk to Rin.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
even
true.
when Rin was like, oh, they go after the weak card or
Mm.
whatever, it took me a long time, like the gears, like click, click,
Mm.
click, click. And then about 15, 20 minutes later, I was like, oh shit, it's the friend.
She seems scared, but the way she was looking at you wasn't as though she was scared of you. It was as though something spooked her and she had her attention on you.
So either it was something I said, which I did say something scary, as in, pack your bags, things are about to get fucked up if we fail.
See, that's what made me think, she wasn't sussy.
Really, I thought I'm pretty sure since they know each other for a longer time, if she was just scared because of what Milo said, that she would actually be like, do you really think something would happen? And ask him more? Or at least say, like, sorry, just what you said took me off guard or so.
True.
It was too suspicious.
I mean, she definitely overheard that if she wasn't, if she was paying attention. Well, alright then. If you need anything, you've always been good to Mom, so
She nods and gives you a tight-lipped smile.
take care.
Goodbye.
I'll have no idea where the others went, so I guess I'll take a stroll for a while.
Okay. As you exit, you do notice her eyes are on you the entire time you're walking away.
Okay, so when that happens, I'll like walk away and like look over my shoulder a couple of times, like, wait, she's still looking at me,
And she is. Milo left the Rowdy Rockfish and waited for Ornifex. Once Mei and Ornifex finished their meal, Milo and Ornifex headed for his home. Meanwhile, Mei went to visit Rin to tell her about recent events.
Oh, is this now when you got scolded?
Yes, it's so mean.
Oh, hello. Good of you to come and see me.
What's that supposed to mean? I'll throw myself into a seat opposite.
I hear you're speaking with devils and not coming to ask my opinion or tell me what's happening.
Somebody else already did. In my defense, it happened very quick. And I mean, Ornifex came and asked you, right? You'd tell her the same thing you'd tell me.
Well, yes, but I'd like to know why and how and what happened and what the consequences have been.
Wait, did you know we actually made a deal? I'm going to look like shocked because
She sighs and full face palms. You fucking didn't.
She's like Gordon Ramsay. What are you?
an idiot sandwich.
Tell me you're not that stupid.
One of us is. 3 guesses who?
Oh, fuck, it's probably Milo, right? He seems like the type.
See, even she knows. She knew it wasn't ours.
Like, I mean, I came to her obviously scared. You honestly don't seem the type to be foolish. And I don't think Sester would even consider it.
Right? I tried my best. I really did. But I think his dad, the whole situation got him wound up, and he just felt like he wanted to get retribution against the Gauntlet he'd lost 2 very important people in one fell swoop in there.
What?
And when he gets like that, he just couldn't argue. I was surprised that when you left, the Rin didn't follow you to talk to you more. She only went to ask her originally.
I feel like that was the kind of do you know when you tell someone that you think is trustworthy to tell the others don't do it? So she didn't feel the need to go check, but also at the same time was not looking forward to see a devil or even get in contact with one. So I personally felt like she put the trust into Ornifex and Ornifex miserably failed.
Oh no!
So-
I don't think anyone could have succeeded against him. Milo knew what he wanted to do.
That's what Ornifex also thought at some point. Hence why the whole new mission, instead of taking him away from it, was to protect him as well as she could.
Hmm.
Which she made, good use of Sanctuary then.
What was the offer? What is he giving up?
I'm gonna kind of look sheepishly down. I don't think you want to hear.
I very much do want to hear. Do not tell me that he swapped his soul for revenge.
Not a direct swap, but there is a risk which we've nullified. Look, he originally made this deal that we would get help brokering a deal with another devil in there to help. So then when we brokered the deal, he said that he would help if Milo offered his soul if he died within a week, but he couldn't kill him himself with his hand, but it turns out that was all just a ploy and he could use a weapon.
Rin is just wide-eyed, staring, almost in disbelief.
But we got rid of him after making another deal. I'm gonna look down.
Oh my fucking god, Mei!
Another gold coin for the swear jar, please.
So what do you owe at this point? How many deals is this? 3? 4?
3.
In which you
Okay.
owe how many fucking souls have you given up at this point?
No, none. If Milo dies within the next 6.5 days, his soul might be forfeit. But we're gonna stay here for the week. Hopefully he'll be okay. We're gonna keep an eye on him. But then we do owe some favors.
Oh, some favors. How broad?
I'm so intrigued what the favors will be.
Right. So it's two favors, and the benefit is he can't ask us to kill a mortal.
I feel like we're going to kill a god. Like a JRPG.
Oh my god, yes. And he can't take our things. He can't, damage our souls and spirit in any way. And we have 33 days to do, which is long enough, right? But if we don't do it, then he gets control of our bodies for a whole day.
Oh, good. I can't wait for you to kidnap and blackmail someone.
I know.
I didn't even think about that.
When you said that, I was like, oh shit.
Right. I was like, there are worse things than just killing.
Yes. I was outvoted. Milo just went with it. There was literally nothing I could do. And I've already been holding myself accountable and beating myself up for it ever since it happened, so I would appreciate it if he laid off a bit.
I suppose I should be saving my disdain for Milo. Is it if it wasn't your name signed, I suppose that's good enough.
Yeah, but just remember, he lost his dad.
He's in a position to lose a damn sight more now.
Yeah, but just be gentle, I guess.
Yes, I will.
But anyway, the reason I told you is I just wondered if you had any, advice or doodads or trinkets that might keep him alive for the next 6.5 days.
I don't know. Anything could happen. I mean, staying at home is obviously the best option. I'd lock him in his room for all I care. Keep him bound in a chair and feed him and water him until the week's over.
Like a horse.
Right.
That was my first thought too. But honestly, knowing our luck, we'd bind him and he'd choke out on the rope.
Well, that's the thing. The devils are going to do whatever they can to try and achieve their side of the bargain. Look, all I'm saying is that being in town might not be enough.
But it's damn sight better than being in the gauntlet.
Potentially. You would think, right? Just keep him in a nice, cozy town. At least when you're in a dangerous situation, you'll know you're in danger. You're prepared for it. I'd hate for him to get relaxed and suddenly have a knife in the back of the neck.
When she said that, I was like, what are we going to do? Grab a tent and just camp somewhere no one knows about?
Right? Bury him in a hole? Like,
Yes.
I mean, we'll keep an eye out.
Yes. Just keep him away from vulnerable people.
You mean dangerous people? Why vulnerable people?
Devils don't have to be in the universe to get their way.
See, I feel like she could have said that when you originally asked. Alright. Advice has been taken. Thank you.
You're welcome, I suppose.
Hey, I came here looking for advice, not judgment.
I feel like I'm entitled to judge you on this one. She taps her horns.
Alright. But you know, next time you make a deal with the giant fox, I get to say I told you so.
Yes, you do. Mei left Rin and began to patrol around Milo's home. Ornifex and Milo had arrived at home and had an awkward introduction to Milo's mother, who hadn't been given a name yet by the player, so he quickly settled on Esther. Hello, I'm Esther. Welcome to our home. I apologize about the state it's in. I was not given enough warning that you were coming.
Good evening. It's really nice to meet you. I'm Ornifex, and I think it looks lovely in here. Thank you that we can,
you.
stay here on such a short notice.
Okay, if Ornifex could decorate her house, her dream house, what would her aesthetic be?
Oh my god. You never played Zelda Majora's Mask, but there is a guy who has like an observatory. So she would have something like that to look at the stars closer, and like stars are projected everywhere, but also flowers, because why not? It would be stars, everything that is glittery, and flowers.
Of course. I've prepared the guest room for you.
Too kind.
Please, have you eaten? I can cook some food for you if you like.
Oh no, don't worry about me. I was just at dinner with another friend.
Okay. She sort of hovers for a second, looking between you two, and I shall leave you alone. Please don't hesitate to ask for anything. I will be in the living room here. And she awkwardly just walks away.
Right. I forgot how awkward it is to bring people here.
Oh, I don't know what you mean. I think she's cute. She's trying her best.
Yeah, she always is. I guess it's just me. I'm just an awkward guy. But make yourself at home.
So, where's your room? Tell me everything. I don't know anything about you if I think about that. Like, we have been adventuring, but how is your life in here? What have you been up to?
Thaumaturgical studies, mostly.
Bring me to your room.
Oh, fine. I'll wander through the home and open the door to a mess. An utter mess. Mostly papers, though. Books, tomes, scrolls, inkwells, bunch of feathers, for drawing and scribing and things. And something on the wall that looks eerily similar to like a mind map, one of those conspiracy boards with a lot of strings between different pages, writing in a bunch of different languages. So yeah, this is my workshop.
Do you think Ornifex is the first girl in Milo's room?
Honestly, yes. Aside from his
Right.
mum. Or if he has like a cousin or so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Milo was so captivated by all the stories, everything he imagined himself to. Like, I imagine his imagination to be really, I don't know, spectral. There's too much going on nearly. So I think he's too captivated with that.
Hmm.
Is it like a really small room, so you basically have a hard time to get to the bed because everything is so full with books, or do you have enough
Yeah,
space?
I mean, this isn't a big house. It's like a small room. It's like,
Okay.
it's not Harry Potter under the stairs, but it's not much better. It's super cramped. A little bit of a desk area that's like kind of like organically just spread out all over all the free space. there's like a method to the madness, and there are little empty spots where you can like step.
Okay. See? Like stuff like that.
Yes.
Plus, I think his father kept him on such a short leash. He just would not have even thought about romance a second.
True.
He's still discovering himself. You sure love reading.
Yeah, but it's not just reading. This is research.
What is your favorite topic to research?
That's hard to say, actually. So you see this board over here? This is, well, I'd call it my magnum opus, but honestly, that's my book here, the one I'm always wielding. But it stems from all of that research there. It's thaumaturgical research about the interconnectedness of all things.
I see. I do wonder, though, how come you're so interested in this topic?
There was this traveler when I was young. He came by a couple of times, I think. I feel like it was a couple of times, but I don't really remember. But he was very weird. Probably the strangest guy I've ever met. But the things he told me about, amazing stories. And he always kept pointing out details about the world. And he just got me interested in the whole subject. So I asked him. And he gave me some books, and I guess that's how it started.
I see. Well, I guess, that's a good enough reason to start with this.
Yeah.
I do wonder, though, what is his ultimate goal while doing this kind of research?
True. Maybe there isn't a goal. He just wants to be a fucking nerd.
Maybe. Or maybe this takes a turn as, what's he called? Gale?
Oh my god, yes.
And now I know all sorts of things, but I haven't really been all that useful. I was really picturing myself just being able to bring out the right tool for the right job at any given time. But so far, that hasn't really been the case. It's a bit more complicated than I thought it would be.
I understand that. But, it's a start, and you haven't been traveling yet, have you?
Well, no, not really. Not myself, I read about a lot of places.
I think his backstory is so cute.
Yeah. It's a nice change to have like a wholesome backstory that my whole family fucking died and I'm the only one left and I'm gonna get vengeance.
Yes, just genuine curiosity from a young man. I'm pretty sure one day he will also be the strange traveler that comes to another child, tells them fantastical stories, and then maybe they get interested in these things.
Yeah. That would be cool.
I also do wonder that once we are done with everything, if Milo will actually go into an adventure, or if this will be enough and he feels the urge to look out for his mum.
I can imagine that he would see it as I've had my training now. Oh, it's finished. I've had my training now. I'm ready. I can join like a wagon and go with them and travel and stuff.
I mean, I would wish it for him that he also becomes the traveler that inspired him so he can inspire others.
Yeah.
Thank you very much to Mei and Ornifex for making that much more entertaining than I could have made it. We should have enough story from here on out for me to take back over. Ornifex retreated to the spare room, and the two of them prepared for rest, although Ornifex and Mei had the goal of keeping an eye on Milo. Mei spent a while doing laps around the house watching for suspicious activity. Seeing none, she eventually decided to enter the house through Ornifex's window. She pushed into Milo's room, where she and Ornifex took it in turns watching over Milo as he slept. 6 days remaining. Morning came and nothing nefarious had happened, so the group planned how they would spend their days in town. They didn't trust splitting up to earn income or any other individual downtime activities, but they didn't want to waste the days. They settled on going on daily trips to the Dawnflower Library, both because it's a holy site that might be able to resist infernal influence, and also because they could research infernal contracts and better understand their situation. On day 1, they researched the basics of infernal contracts. They learnt that when a contract contains a flourish to the deal, such as a handshake, a signing, or the offering of blood, the contract becomes binding. Such flourishes are not actually necessary for the creation of an infernal contract, but by requesting them, Arevian had locked Milo into the contract completely. The consequences of betraying one such binding contract is death.
Well, that's not good.
No.
I mean, it's kind of what I figured anyway, but it's good to know. You know, for the future.
The future. Are you planning on making some more devil deals, huh?
No, but you never know. I never thought I would make any, and here we are, 3 down. This is why I always like to know everything about everything.
5 days remaining. On the second day, the group focused on researching the core properties of an infernal contract. They learned that all devil contracts contain 3 specific inclusions. It must include a benefit to a mortal. They must include a payment that must be given. And they must include a termination clause that, upon its occurrence, immediately voids the entire contract. The termination clauses are always very difficult to locate, even if you know what you're looking for. They can also be incredibly unfair. In the case of a standard Barbazoo pact, the Pact of Blood Taking, the contract is void if you die from bleeding damage or any Barbazoo kills you. So, the termination clause is to die in a specific way. You're still dead, but hey, at least the contract's gone. Our heroes have not found the termination clause in Arevian's contracts, and they likely won't. He's been doing this for a very long time, but for your benefit, the hidden termination clause is as follows. The contract states that Milo and his current or future adventuring companions must acquiesce to individual favours of Arevian's choosing, provided the request does not include one of several disallowed clauses. The contract becomes void if each of the disallowed clauses is performed by a different member of the adventuring group, of their own free will. Since these disallowed clauses include murder, the corruption of the body, the corruption of the soul, handing over an item, handing over their soul, and handing over their life, it's very unlikely the termination clause will be hit unknowingly.
Oh god, didn't we have a copy of the contract?
Not
Yeah.
Corlocks.
Oh yeah, not Gorlocks. So not the one I'm worried about. But that is good to know. We might be able to
Yeah.
study the contract.
But it did
And
say it's really hard to find, so
I mean, it's
I
worth
think
a shot.
possible. True.
4 days remaining. As the week went on, Milo became more and more suspicious. The lack of problems was actually quite concerning to him. The group turned their attention to researching what kind of influence Corlock could have on the people of Atari, even without being on the universe. The group learnt that while it takes a great deal of effort for an infernal creature to physically access the universe, it is a lot easier for them to manipulate someone through the veil between realms. They learnt that devils are able to make contracts without actually being there in person, and they can whisper promises to vulnerable people to sway the choices they make. By the way, I have no idea if this is how devil contracts work in the official Galarian lore. This is just how I've decided they work for the sake of the story I'm trying to tell. So if any of this is inaccurate to the official lore, that's okay, don't worry about it.
You know, this puts Brelda's suspicious behavior in a different light. Did I tell you guys about how weird she was being?
What do you mean with weird?
She was looking at me very strangely when I went to pick up my mom there the other day.
Hmm.
I mean, she's always been, she's been sad ever since her son died, but that look she gave me, it was weird. And she was staring at me when I left too. I wonder if Corlock whispered something in her ear.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but her son was missing, right? Perhaps he offered to return him in exchange for something?
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a very devilish thing, wouldn't it?
Well then, do we pay her a visit?
To do what? Interrogate her?
Well, just see if she's doing anything suspicious. I don't know. She knows where you live. Your mum would let her into the house. You could be sat at your desk and she could just stab you in the throat.
Right, yeah. But I don't think I should do it. Like, she'd recognize me immediately. I think it'd be best if one of you did it, you know? Maybe while we're reading here, someone who isn't reading could go and do that.
Mei agreed to go observe Brelda during the evening. She entered the Rowdy Rockfish and sat quietly, watching Brelda for suspicious activity. However, after spending several hours there, she saw nothing to cause alarm. Even after the tavern closed for the night, Mei spent some time outside to see if she snuck off anywhere. She didn't. While not completely satisfied, without breaking in, there wasn't much else she could do. So she returned to Milo's house. 3 days remaining. Still unsure of Brelda's behaviour, Milo decided to ask his mother about her. They were very close friends, after all.
And after like an extended period of weird eyebrow gestures, I'll so, Mom, how's Bella doing?
She's good. She's fine. She's, well, sad, but understandably so.
Yeah.
Why?
I was just wondering. It's the other day when I picked you up there, she was being a bit strange. I can't really put my finger on it, but
Strange how?
I don't know. She was just looking at me weirdly.
She was looking at you weirdly.
Yeah, like staring at me as I left. It was, and she almost looked like scared.
Well, she did lose her son. Maybe seeing her close friend's son brought up some bad memories.
Yeah, I guess maybe. I don't know. It was just odd. So I was just wondering if something was up with her.
I don't think so. What are you implying?
I'm not implying anything. I'm just concerned, I guess.
Very well.
I've seen her plenty of times. She's been sad this past year, but I've never seen that look in her eye.
Okay. Well, I'll check on with her today and make sure everything's okay.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you have nothing to fear from Brelda or from Atari.
I'm not afraid of Atari or Brelda. I'm just saying. She's your friend. She's a friend of the family. I guess I just want people to be alright.
Well, that's very nice of you. The chat with his mother made Milo doubt if there was any danger, and he began to feel a little bit guilty about mistrusting her. They wondered if perhaps she was biding her time, or if she'd been approached by Korluk but denied him, but for now, they dismissed their worries about Brelda. Just in case, though, they wanted to do one more day of research, this time on the topic of signs of fiendish influence or even possession. They learned that there were no visual signs of a devil's influence, and essentially it all comes down to knowing the person and finding unexplained changes in their personality or habits. There is, unfortunately, no telltale sign when someone has been approached by a devil. Once our heroes had returned to Milo's home, they waited for Esther to arrive and give them her report. Everything okay?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm fine. How are you, Mom? Doing alright?
I spoke to Brelda for you.
Yeah?
She says that she's okay. She's just tired and stressed, and she asked if I could cover for her in the tavern, so I did. And she went on a nice walk to clear her head. And now she's back and everything is good. So I think maybe she was just a bit stressed because this is a stressful place to live nowadays.
Yeah, it's not like it used to be.
Exactly. But yeah, nothing to worry about.
Alright. Good.
I'm going to go sleep.
Yeah, you did that. Thanks, though.
She walks away.
Well, fuck. A walk, eh?
Mm-hmm.
A walk to a demonic site, perhaps? Well, alright. I'm gonna sleep tentatively with one eye open.
Our heroes took up their current nightly routine. Milo was asleep in his bed, Ornifex prayed in the spare room, and Mei leaned with her back against Milo's door. Obviously, I wasn't going to let this week go by and have nothing happen. That would be really boring storytelling. So, as people slept and Mei kept watch, late in the night, she felt the door slowly open until it was blocked by her weight. She froze. A few moments went by, and then again the door tried to open but was stopped by her back. Immediately, Mei leapt to her feet and opened the door. It was pitch black, and Mei doesn't have dark vision, so she grabbed wildly into the dark. She heard a woman's shrill scream that woke up the entire household, and felt a sharp pain in her hand. A burning, stinging pain that began to race up her arm.
Exciting.
One last thing. It's not in one of the clips, but you know, like when the what we assume like the the creepy lady broke in,
Yeah.
and she was like clearly had a knife, and Mei was like, "Oh, I'm gonna grab her." I didn't even think for a second that I was gonna get stabbed. Didn't even consider I might get hurt here. So when he was like, "Okay, you got stabbed. Make a fortitude saving throw," I was like, "Oh shit."
I know what
So-
you mean. I also thought since we are usually rotating, if I should not have been in the room and just be the void to stare at her then. And I was like, oh, maybe, you're stronger than I am. So I think this was the better constellation.
Oh my god, when you described yourself as like the void in the corner, do you remember in Hero Academia, the smoke teleporting portal guy?
Oh, yes.
I kind of imagine just like the eyes and like the smoke in the darkness is just like you.
I mean, yeah, kind of, actually. Because, like, on the picture, obviously, she's kept quite bright color-wise. But if you imagine a real-life crow, they're just all shiny, nice black feathers. And she would be as dark as that. And only her eyes being like little pearls standing out. So yes, I think in the dark, she would be the void.
The unknown assailant dropped the knife as Esther and Ornifex rushed into the corridor. Light from candles flooded the hallway, and crouched on the ground, bawling tears, was indeed Brelda Venkavale. And that is where we stopped the session. Once morning comes, Milo will have 2 days remaining until the contract is void, and it seems Corlock is not letting it go easily. Mei has taken a stab wound meant for Milo, and it seems to be more than a simple knife. Next session, we will need to deal with the consequences of that, and with Brelda herself. This session had a lot of great roleplay that did great work for fleshing out the characters and bringing them closer as companions. Hopefully we can return to the Gauntlet next session, as there's still tons to learn and find there. I hope you've been enjoying this Infernal Contract arc. It was certainly not something I expected to turn into something so major, but I'm glad it has. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content so you can see more of it. We do have a Discord as well as a Blue Sky now, so you can find links for those in the description. And joining either of those will give you notifications of when new videos go live. That is all for today. I shall see you soon. Bye-bye.